Hello and good morning. Today's Tuesday and it's February 26th. I'm back today and I haven't been trading yesterday. I literally didn't see anything. So I did not trade and felt quite good about it and was kind of proud of myself not jumping in any stupid trades. Today I had a lot of my watch list was full with Baba, um, Home Depot, Etsy, Macy's, M HTZ, and Cat also. But I didn't like any of them. I waited at the beginning of the market. I waited out the open as my platform is lagging, and it usually takes like five minutes until the prices catch up, and I see the same prices in my brokerage as I do in my charting, and so I just sit tight at the opening, even though I'm missing plenty of opportunities and entries like dip and rips or things like that. And I tend to trade a little later this week, or actually today, and I did so on Friday as well, but I haven't done much on Friday. So I'm back today. I traded Netflix, tried EA, and tried Tesla, but there's just little volume today. In Netflix, I had 361 as a level, and so it tested it here after the drop, and I thought it might roll over, but the level lifted, and I'm glad I sat tight and didn't do anything here. I missed this entry as the volume was very very low, and I didn't trust it, and it almost looked like it would break out here. So I sat tight and just watched it. So once we retested this 361 here and the level dropped, I watched very closely on the tape and I saw 360.50 drop and saw this increase in volume. I mean, it's not clean, but I used uh, I used the moment when the bid stopped to drop and the offer stepped back about 350, just to for a small partial, and it took like forever and to play out. My first target was at 361.50s, and we rejected this just below 30 cents here like all the time. And here I moved my stop immediately at to break even, and I was very lucky to not get stopped out on this pullback. Eventually, I took my partial here as I just didn't trust it, and I just wanted to lock in some profits to get my commissions in. And then the next partial was at 362. It was a bit early, but we stopped here for a moment, and so I put out an order on the offer and was surprised I was filled. So I knew it's stronger than I thought. So I stuck with the rest of the position. Eventually took it off here after we dropped, and we dropped below 363. So on the spike up, I took another partial off and stuck with the rest for all this move and missed my exit. Here would have been the perfect stop, and I ignored it, to be honest. I thought we might rip above and retest previous highs, but we did not. We sold off, or actually we grinded lower. I mean, as you can see, there's no volume at all. So when I saw this consolidation here, it looked very good on the 5 minute. I used the breakout at 362.15 with a stop limit order, just tiny size to add to my position for a move up to this level, this 360, 330. Wasn't we didn't get in here, get to it. So I took off once this $0.50 broke for a moment, and yeah, I gave it a moment, and here, as you can see, I was stopped. Actually, I had my stop here at the 362 level. The bid held like all the time here, and the bid was there were prints like in between here. The spread is quite kind of wide, and so it took like forever to get filled. I mean, I already saw prints running through until, and it took like another like 3 or 4 seconds until I hear the ping, and I was filled at 75. I don't know what's happening. It's a really bad fill. Um, Nonetheless, I did try EA, but was too early. I had, I had a long bias about 96 ish, 960, 960, 960, 75. That's around here, and I just watched it. I didn't see a good opportunity to, and didn't want to chase it. So I when we rejected this 94, um, EA stepped about it, and started to drop, and I hit the bid as soon as it dropped, and but it was just a fake move, and it grinded higher a little bit. I took it back off, break even, and got stopped here out and missed the whole $2 run. I had 98 was my target for this trade, for a full dollar. So risk reward would have been good. I was just too early. I probably should have waited until here, and there was no clean entry up here. Um, so I had the full 100 for another entry. Tesla is very strong today and traded up. As you can see, I tried to go for a long here, and yeah, of course I was too early and it dropped. I got stopped out again with a bad fill, and so I didn't jump back in, even though this would have been like a very good entry, even especially if it's because it's a nine. I think it was a full dollar level, and so I just watched it, and I had 301 as my as a potential pivot, as well as 303. So here I took a stab once the bid dropped below, the offer actually dropped below 301. It made a spike up and started to move, and it was very strong. I like all the bids were taken, and I had several. I had an order down here, but it never was filled, even though the bid and stepped below my offer, and or below yeah, the bid stopped stepped before below my bid, and there were prints, and I was filled, so I knew it's just was strong, and eventually I took it off on the offer each time. So that was okay, and eventually I was stopped out on the rest break even, and yeah, I didn't see a good entry. I wanted to see 302 retested, and here we just retested a 90 cent, and yeah, I didn't trust it. It eventually worked. I had 303, and really wanted to see the 303 level test. So unfortunately, that didn't work out, and 302 was the entry to go for. That's it about my trading today, and see you back tomorrow. Thank you.